building blocks of a IoT application. As you can see, the architecture majorly consists of four layers. At the bottom of the pyramid, the layer is called as hardware and the embedded programming. Every IoT application consists of some kind of hardware associated with it, which enable us to either capture the real-time information or the data and send it across to the backend systems. Well, we need to program these devices in certain way so that they can capture this information and transmit it across to the backend systems or vice versa. The second layer in this architecture is called as communication protocols and connectivity management system. We need to have certain communication protocols defined in order to capture the information or the data and send it across to the backend servers or vice versa. The third layer in this architecture is called as application development and enablement platforms. There are various companies nowadays, those who are providing IoT platforms for developing applications. They provide a set of services under a single umbrella, such as data management services, data persistence services, or maybe analytical services. IBM is having a Watson, Microsoft is having Azure, and AWS IoT from Amazon are examples of such platforms. The last layer is called as end user applications and interfaces. We need to develop certain kind of mobile applications or the dashboard applications in order to put the data or the information which is captured in a meaningful manner. Now that we have a basic understanding of a IoT application, let us try to understand few things in greater detail. In this slide, we will discuss about the hardware devices or the type of hardware devices we have in a IoT application. The first one is called as sensors. Sensors basically they detect the change in the environment around them and they provide this information back to the device or the processor, which is also called as microcontroller unit. MCU is nothing but a device or an electronic component on which the sensors or the actuators are attached. Sensors and actuators cannot work standalone, they have to be placed on a device which has some kind of computing power. The actuators, on the other hand, provides a mechanical response to the signal provided by the sensors. The key thing to understand here is that the sensors and the actuators can't work independently. They need to be attached to an electronic component which is called as a microcontroller. It has both the processing power and has ability to connect to a network as well. In this, basically, we'll try to understand various connectivity options we have in IoT applications. On the left hand side, you can see various kind of devices. They capture the real-time information or the data and use either the mobile network, Wi-Fi, or the network routers to connect to the backend system and transmit this data to the system, where we have various kind of rule engine and we store the data or persist the data in some kind of database. Ultimately, on the right hand side, you can see we need to have some kind of application where we can put this data into some meaningful information.